I remember going to Australia in 1991 and landing in Perth for our first side game. I came down to the hotel room, down to the lobby, and I met one of the greatest players India has produced for a long time. We were talking about cricket, talking about the team, and the first thing he told me was, I didn't feel that you should have been on this side. And I didn't know what to say. I remember going to Australia in 1991 and landing in Perth for our first side game, and invariably India would go to Australia and they would put you the first game of the series on the quickest pitches in the world, which was the Waka at that time. We landed and I came down to the hotel room, down to the lobby, and I met one of the greatest players India has produced for a long time, and he was looking for company for dinner. And I was sitting at one corner of the lobby, and he said, "Come, young man, let's have dinner." I said, "Fine." I couldn't say no. I didn't know whether it was fine or not, but I couldn't say no. We were talking about cricket, talking about the team, and the first thing he told me was, I didn't feel that you should have been on this side. And I didn't know what to say. He said, "You're an exceptional player, but this is a tough tour." Maybe he said it in a good sense. Maybe he meant good for me, saying that, you come and make a debut in India where the wickets are slower, wickets are a bit lower, and life's a lot easier. He said that we should have gotten an experienced player, but try and make the most of what you learn out of this tour. We were in Australia for 3.5 months. We didn't win anything, and we hardly managed to take test matches to 5 days, except in Adelaide, which was a flat belter and pitch which didn't have much bounce. And those words in my ears echoed for the next 3 months. Sometimes I felt miserable about it. Sometimes I felt that it should not have been said to a 17-year-old boy. But I think when I came back from the tour of Australia and didn't play for India for the next 4 years, it really helped me. You realize that it was a world where you had to be tough. It was a world where it was, once you crossed that line, once you went onto the 22 yards, it was about you and the bowler. And I think that influenced a lot when I became captain of India. I came back in the national side in 1996 and went on to become captain of India in the year 2000. So the first thing when I became a leader, I thought about that day of mine. And I came into a situation where there were young boys in the side. We were going through a little bit of a rough time in Indian cricket, and we needed to pick young players. I don't know whether that helped or whether it, without my knowledge, created an atmosphere for me to create a team. But the first thing I realized that if I have to be a good leader, I will have to identify the right talent. I will have to make these players feel comfortable in this dressing room.